Hey guys, it's Nadine, and I'm here to share with you guys a set of inserts for my file of facts that I was introduced to by a friend of mine, and her name is Carrie. Carrie has a YouTube channel, and I will link for Carrie in the description box below, so please check her out. So anyways, when Carrie had shown these inserts, I was a little bit like, it seems a little complicated. I didn't really know how it worked, and I was like a little afraid, honestly, to tackle it because I'm like, I just don't get how it works. It seemed, I didn't understand the system. So, and my thing with my planner is I like to keep it simple. You guys know me. I've done a video last year, and I will link for it somewhere in this, you can link for it. I'm going to link for it somewhere here. About me, my search for the perfect planner, and so far I think I do have a really good planner, which is my file of facts, and this one happens to be my Imperial Purple Finchley A5 size. Anyhow, I have recently, well, not recently, in the last year, tried to tweak it and make it fit me exactly, and I've used different inserts as well, and different systems, and I've shown a bunch of videos on that kind of stuff, so spiral decks, my stamps, and all of that kind of stuff. Well, so going back, when Carrie showed this, like I said, I was a little bit intimidated and I didn't quite use it right away. I wasn't, sold. But I had seen that the girl who made this, she has an Etsy shop, and she was selling the inserts. You could try it out for like, I think it was November, December, for like $8. And I was like, you know what, for $8, let me give it a try. Let me give it a shot and see what it's all about. So I bought it. Let me just tell you what, I love it. Like love it. This system is really ingenious. It really just works with the way I think. It has a great layout. It has a great flow. It allows me to see things that make sense to my brain. It's just, I really like it. There are a few things that I wish that I could change in it, but other than that, I mean, it's really good. And I will share with you guys how I do it. So let me just jump right into this, okay? The inserts are called DIY Fish. That's who is the creator of these inserts, and these are called her life mapping system. And these are the second edition or LMv02 series inserts that she's put together, and I really just like it. So let me first show you what you're buying when you purchase her stuff, okay? And I can only speak from what I've purchased. I didn't buy her entire kit. She has different things on her website that you can check out, which I will link for in the description box below. I didn't buy all of that stuff. I just bought the life mapping, version 2 inserts, okay? So basically, you're buying a digital download, okay? And you can download it automatically. As soon as you pay, it comes right directly to you on your Etsy account, and then also an email, all right? And then you print it out on your own. You cut it out all on your own as well. And I will do subsequent videos to show you exactly how I cut mine out and printed it, because it can be a little tricky if you don't know your printer well enough. But I will show you guys how I did those things so that it can help you should you decide to use this type of system, okay? So anyway, when you buy it, it comes with the very first, this is how it looks, okay? So this is a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and what she does is she has the score lines for where you would score it, and she also has cut lines for where you would cut, okay? But the very first page on a regular chart, like this is March, and the reason why this is March is because I just got done cutting these. So this is what March would look like, and this is called the monthly chart, which is the very first page of every single month, okay? So now what you're doing is, this is March, and the great thing about this is you have a lot of space on this side to either decorate it, write notes, whatever. But I found that this system actually has so much areas to write stuff in that there is, I mean, unless you are overkill and you really want to write a lot, you really don't need to use it. So you can decorate it if you'd like. Then on the same page, on the same side, is called the monthly chart, okay? So on it, it's in grid form, and it has the monthly chart, the date or the year, and then the month. And now here, it says my tasks, okay? And you can list your tasks individually, one by one. You can write in the there are little boxes here. You can use this as to tick things off, or you can use it to give, you know, number priorities to your tasks, okay? And then on this side it has it starts from Sunday and it goes all the way through. It has the days of the week here and then the actual date of the week right here, okay? So how this works is that you would write your task here and then you would mark off, which I will show you guys how I do it if in case this seems a little confusing, on what dates you're going to do what task, okay? Now if you flip the page over, this is the same page. It has the entire month on this side, and then this side starts off the week, okay? And it tells you my weekly chart. These are the things that you're going to do within the week and what days and whatnot. And it has the month, date, and then the week. So this is also good for project lifers, week 9, you know, kind of thing, which is also here. Now I know this calendar, most of us are used to calendars that read Sunday through Saturday, okay? So this might be a little bit confusing how it's set up, but it's really not that confusing at all. And let me zoom in just so that I can give you a little bit better shot of what it looks like, okay? So this is what it looks like, and what it is the weeks run vertical, okay? So Monday through Sunday here, all right? So it's the similar thing as if you're looking at the weeks in a horizontal stage, but we're just looking at it in a different direction. Now, when I first saw this kind of calendar, this month at a glance, I was like, it seemed confusing again, but it's really not once you get the hang of the system, which I'm telling you guys doesn't take any time at all. And so every single Monday is here. So every single Monday, you'll see that the 31st, the 3rd, the 10th, the 17th, and the 24th are all Mondays. The same for Tuesdays. So it really just flows nicely, okay? And I'm going to show you guys how the system, how everything just kind of flows nicely into each other and gives you a great overview about what's happening in your life, okay? So that's one thing. Now after that comes these sets, okay? And the sets are the weeks. So let me just give you an example. For instance, okay, so these are going to be the 1st and the 2nd, which is a Saturday and a Sunday. All right, so they're going to go in here. Now, after that, we're going to go to week 10. Remember, this is week 9, and now this is week 10, okay? And this is pretty cute because you open it up, and week 10 looks like this, okay? So this is another insert or another printout, and this is an 8.5 by 11 again, just regular printer paper. You're printing it out. She has lines where to score, where to cut. Very, very easy. So this is one side of week 10's page, and then this is the other side, and this is the side that you're going to be looking at when you open your folder. This is it, okay? And let me just show you how this works. So here is, again, week 10, and then it has all of the dates. See, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the date Monday the 3rd, which coincides with Monday the 3rd here. See that? So now what you can do is you can make notes here, you can make notes here. Here is my tasks again. So let's just say, okay, looking at this, okay, well, here's the week 3 through the 9th, okay? So I know during this week, I'm gonna write all of my tasks that I wanna do here, and I'm gonna tick off or check off or whatever, however I want to notate which days I'm going to do what in, which is fabulous. And I'll show you guys how I do that, because I know, again, looking at it, it still seems like, what in the hell are you talking about? All right, so then you have, this is the weekly chart, okay? And when you open it, it lays down nicely and it coincides with the big month, or the big month in view. Can you see that? Which is so perfect because all the Mondays line up, all the Tuesdays, and as you can see, this is the first week of March, and so this 3 will coincide with the 3 here. Let me zoom in so that you guys can see a little better. And then 4 is the first Tuesday of the month, and so on and so forth. You see that? You can put your task here and then mark off the date, or block the date in which you're going to do your task, which is perfect. And then there's room here for, there's room down here for additional notes as you see fit. Now, she also has, and let me zoom in a little bit more, down here are little page references. So there is also a page that you can use as a context, which says, okay, For instance, let me give you an example. So say this is the context page, okay? So I'm gonna write, okay, on this page, I'm gonna say this is work notes, okay? And then I'm gonna put page, whatever. So say for instance, I'm gonna number this page. So say this is gonna be page number, let's just say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's say we're gonna call this page 6. We can put it here. And then we can say page 6 work notes, okay? And that's a whole nother aspect to this system, which is fabulous, just the way she started out, which is so awesome, okay? So now let me zoom out a little bit so that we can go back and talk about what else is in this thing. All right, so now comes the days, okay? So this is the week, this is the month in view right here. This is the week in view, and we're gonna go to the day in view. So this is a day in view, and this is what it would look like, okay? So let me just show you the brilliance of this system, okay? And I know you're like, Chick, you have lost your mind. And I might have, but let me just say, I'm always about simplifying. And so this is a really great system. So when you have it open, okay, this is how it's going to look in your Filofax or your Day Runner or your Franklin Covey, whichever you choose, whichever version you choose to purchase, okay? So it's going to look like this. Your rings are going to be right here, all right? So as you're opening this up, you see the date right here, the week right here, in the week in view right here, and then the month in view right here. There's an area right here. So right here is a little space for notes and whatnot, and it gives a little icon up here that says I feel, which let me zoom in a little bit. So right here it says I feel. Right here is a little notate for the weather. For all of you project lifers, this is a fabulous system again, because it not only gives you the week in which you're in, but also gives you little areas to notate how you were feeling. And then right here it has a little area that has little cups, which notates water consumption, or you know, how much you're drinking, to keep track of your water consumption for the day, which I love. And right here on this bottom row right here, it says my list, and it has a designated area so that it separates it from your actual list, which you can use to tick it off. Now in this next column right here, it's from 1 a.m. to 12 a.m. okay? And what it is this is where you would put your appointments. When it comes to this is the part that I would like to change, because I am not up at that time. So technically I would like it to start from my day at 6 and end at like midnight is good, but you know what I mean? But I just don't need this little section right here, which is fine. I mean, you know, I'm a little bit picky when it comes to that kind of stuff for my own personal self, but maybe some people would utilize that better. And I wish the grids were just a little bit bigger, because these grids are just a little bit too tiny for me. But I still love it anyway. I love grids, so this is really appealing to me, okay? So that's on one page. Now you have the second page, like I've said. So if you're looking at your binder, here it is, okay? So you have, again, month in view, week in view, day in view, all right? Now with the day, so it's actually like a day on 2 page if I were going to give it a name, okay? Because you have the day here, and then you have areas for notes and whatnot, and then the little calendar down here as well that shows the entire month in the system that you're used to, okay? So in that horizontal system, it's right here if you still cannot grasp the other system. And so as you flip through this system, it's perfect, because again, I'm gonna just give you an example. You would flip it to Tuesday the 4th, and again you have day in view, week in view, month in view. All of it is just so seamless, you know. I just really love it. And at the end, here is a Sunday, for instance, okay? What I do, the way I keep mine, and I'm going to show you guys in a second, is I keep it closed up like this, so that when I'm looking, I just flip this little thing open and I can see the days and whatnot like this. And then all of the weeks and the days nicely tucked into the weeks, I tuck it all into the month. And then I don't need a tab like how I had in my traditional Filofax that gives, say, oh, you know, this is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, stuff like that, okay? So I really am loving it. And here is the entire month of March. And this is how I have it in my Filofax. Again, the entire month in view. Open it up, here it is. And then each single week is tucked each single day of each single week is tucked nicely into the week itself. Okay, so it's a very compact, very streamlined system, which I love. Now let me show you guys my Filofax and how I have. So let me show you guys how I have mine set up. All right, so the things that I've used in my system is the DIY fish inserts, my favorite Recollections pens, which is similar to the Le Pens. That's what I use to mark, and I do have an entire set of these because I color code this my Filofax. I also use a set of highlighters. And these highlighters I actually bought from Staples, and they're the Staples highlighter Hype. And I have some other highlighters on order from Jet Pens, and I will share with you guys that when it comes in. And I use my Listed and Planet stamps, which is here. Versa Magic, it's a dewdrop. This is the Midnight Black one, which I used to stamp. And someone had asked me in a previous video what ink I use, and this is what I use. I don't change up my inks very much. I just use one, and this is what I keep in my Filofax stuff to go. Now, another thing I use are these Martha Stewart. Let me show you guys. These little tabs. See that? And that's how I mark off some stuff at the top. And I also use her dewdrop system, which you guys are familiar with already. Okay, and what I did was oopsies. Well, I'll show you guys as I go through this. Oh, and another thing that I use in here is my Repesco Super Clips in here. So first, let me just show you guys December. Okay, so this is my December, and if I open it like this, here is my monthly chart, and on it I have all the tasks that I wanted to do in December, which I will tell you guys is stinking fabulous, because a lot of times I find myself saying, okay, in December I have this and that to do. Okay, and instead of writing it on a post-it note like I used to, now I have an area to write and jot on all my ideas or all my things that I want to get accomplished in the month of December, or things that I know is coming up that I need to make note of, and when I need to do them. So this is a small example of what I've already notated or listed as the things that's coming up I have to do and do in December. Okay, and what I did was, one of them is the entire month of December. So what I did was I wrote it here, which is a class that I'm taking, and I just highlighted the entire row that says this class is running through the entire month of December, and I need to make sure that I do it. Okay, I also marked off when my kids have vacation and all of that other goodies, you know, like bills and whatnot. Okay, so then let's flip it open to again the month in view. Okay, so here is the month, and let me show you another thing I've used in here are my market dots, because in keeping with my coding system or my color coding system, I looked at, if I were to look at this month in view system right here, a month in view, I can see, okay, really quickly, these are the things I have them already notated. Green, bills. Okay, so on this day a bill is due. Oh, okay, purple is for myself. Oh, on the 3rd I have something to do. On the 17th there's something for my son. You know, I have everything color coded, and I can see nicely, boom, at a glance, these little dots that show something is going on that day. Now, I also have these little transparent sticky tabs that my YTS Mary sent me, which I love these things. I am like obsessed with them. And this is how I use them here. I write on them with a Sharpie, and then I just use them as the weeks that my kids have winter break. Now, here's another area for tasks or charts, my tasks for this week. Okay, now the thing about this is the first was a Sunday, and so there's not really much I needed to do, so that's why there's not much written down in my task area. But if I'm looking at this little area here and I'm like, okay, well, what exactly is this market dot signifying? Oh, that's pretty simple. All I do is I just go to that page, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Okay, but now, so This opened up to the very first day of December, which fell on a Sunday. Okay, and let me show you guys how I have this laid out. So here is the little Martha Stewart dewdrop that I use. I've shown a video. I've done a video on it before, and I will link for that somewhere in this video right here. All I did was type on it because I don't like my handwriting, and these things can be moved around. So I just, put them here to remind me, and it coincides again with the month in view down here, the first. You see, I have a little green thing that signifies bill is due. All right, so now this is what my Sunday looked like, okay? And my Sunday consisted of, here's the list area, doing laundry, doing videos, menu planning, and updating my file of facts, okay? And technically I can go back, and I will do that now with you guys since you guys are with me here, and I can check these things off because I've done them, okay? So here we go. And I know at 8 o'clock on Sunday, this is what was going on, okay? So I have that written down there. Now, the menu planning part is what I have here, okay? And so here I used the Planet stamp set with the little fork, spoon, and knife here, and I have 7 days a week here, and this is my meal plan for the entire coming week, okay? And here is a shopping list of things that I needed to buy that I don't already have in my pantry or my refrigerator, okay? So I love this because Sunday, boom, everything that I need to know is on here. Is Sunday. I don't have to write my menu for the week on another piece of paper. Everything's just right here, okay? This right here is actually a mistake, so let me go ahead and delete that right now so as not to confuse myself or anybody else for that matter. All right, so then we're going to go to week 49, which is in December, and I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you guys how my week looks like again, okay? And this is a full week in action, and I'm going to show you all the goodies that I have laid out in this thing. So here again, as I opened up this little tab, it coincides with the month in view, week in view, and then we're going to go to each individual day. But this is my week in view, okay? So now look at this. Here is December 2nd. This is what was due this day, okay? And I know here I made notes or whatever. And these are all of the things that's happening. So now if I'm looking at this, okay? So for instance, let me zoom in so that you guys can see. Right here, I have on the 5th a little market dot, which is pink, which I know is for my daughter. Now I go here to the right, and all of a sudden I know exactly what's going on. Here's another market dot that says her report card is here, okay? So that's how I know. So this is like a general overview, and as we go to the right, it becomes more specific and more specific, okay? And then I have my weekly chart, which is all of the things that I wanted to do in the week. So I sat down and I said, what is due this week that I can transfer over? Some of it is from my monthly, but this week I know these are the things that I wanted to do, I needed to do, okay? So I made a note, I made a list of them, okay? And they're all here, all of the things I wanted to do. I didn't need these to be numbered. I didn't need them to be chronological or anything like that. I just know that these are the things I needed to do, and sometime this week I needed to do them. So when I went back and I said, okay, this is how I'm going to lay out my week. These are the days in which I'm going to do these things. I have a tendency of going grocery shopping every Monday. So I know that that's what I'm going to do. And I have it highlighted in green. Why green? Because in my color coding system, everything with green has to do with money, whether it's money coming in or going out, okay? Anything in purple is my stuff, so that's my stuff I needed to do. So for instance, let me just go down my list really quickly. Groceries, drop off dry cleaning. I needed to go to Costco. I needed to add some links to my YouTube things. My class started. I had to make some phone calls and whatnot. So this is all the things that I needed to do in this week, and these are all the corresponding days and the days that, and then the corresponding days of the week. And then this is what I've decided for my own self, what I wanted to do, what days I wanted to do these things, or what days I had planned. It doesn't always work as planned, but for the most part, I did follow through, and majority of these things that I had planned, I did on the specific day. The things that I did not get a chance to do, I actually just put a little arrow signifying that I'm going to actually move it forward, okay, which is not a big deal. And when I say move it forward, I mean move it forward to the next week. So now let's get a little bit more specific or to the nitty gritty. If I open this up, here is Monday, December 2nd. Now what I did in here, and you guys can see, is I've incorporated not only my planet and listed stamps, my color coding systems, but also my spiral decks right along with my bullet system, okay, which I will show you guys. So I have everything that I've ever loved, that I've learned in the last year. I have it right here in this DIY fish inserts, which I just am in love with, okay? So this is a day. It's not a typical day for me, but this is what a day would look like. Now let me show you another day in the works, okay? So this is a more typical day for me right here. And up here I have the Martha Stewart little tabs by Avery, which she no longer has available, and I don't know why, and I just want to write a nasty note to Martha Stewart's company because she needs to come back with these things because I just love them. And I will actually have a petition if you guys want to jump on board. Anyway, digressing, this is what a typical day would look like to me, okay? So I have my spiral decks here. Right here I have the things I know, appointments that I have that strays away from my normal. So this is my normal spiral decks day, and I know I don't need to make notes anymore because I know what color stands for what. My daughter, myself, I'm purple, so this is my time first thing in the morning and late in the evening. Then I have to drop off kids, and then I work. All of the green is work, and then I pick up kids again. And all the empty space, that's all the time that I spend with my kids, my household stuff, whatever, okay? Grocery shopping and whatnot. I have up here my daughter again. She had a test on the Southwest states, which is also noted here, okay? And then I have my list of things to do right down here. And I don't keep track of my water consumption as I should, but I really need to. I find myself kind of upset with myself because I really can't get past drinking like 5 big cups of water. After that, I kind of like, I don't know, I just lose track, or I just kind of is not appealing after 5. So these are the things that I needed to do, and I wrote them here. Now my system is a little bit overkill, I think, and I gotta figure this out a little bit more, tweak it just a little bit more, but for the most part it's okay. So these are the things that I needed to do, and again I've marked them in green because this means money going out, okay? So I needed to drop off dry cleaning. In order to drop off dry cleaning, you got to pay for it. I needed to go to the ATM. I needed to purchase the CD thing that I wanted, and I needed to pick up peppermint bark from Williams-Sonoma, which is, as an aside, something that I put in the gift baskets that I give away to other offices that refer to both my husband and I. So anyway, that is that. So then on the flip side of the page are my notes, and then as you can see, I have my planet and listed stamps that I use, okay, under my notes section. And I also use the bullet form, okay? And I've done a video for that, which I will link here so that you guys can check that out, okay? And then down here, again, planet and listed stamps, I have something important that I needed to remember, which is when my giveaway closed, and then what was for dinner, which this dinner reference right here corresponds to the dinner here. Now, going back to this really quickly, this is just an idea. This is not exact days on when I'm going to make this, but what I do is I take this and then I transfer it to every single day. So as you can see, I have meatball subs here, right there, and I said, okay, Tuesday I know it's going to be a little busy. Let me go ahead and just make meatball subs here because it's very, very simple. And these are the errands that I needed to run. These are the calls I needed to make, and these are the things that I needed to do. So then what I also have here is on the side here, I also color code as well. And these coding systems, again, goes right along and in unison with my regular coding system. Green is for money, purple is for myself, gray is for my husband, pink is for my daughter, blue is for Mr. RJ, red is like really, really important stuff that I need to remember, okay? And I will show you guys this in a second. So that's a typical day for me. Let me go to another typical day. So here's another example of the day. Again, month in view, week in view, day. Okay. Let me see. Here's another day that I have. Month in view, week in view, day, spiral decks, my list to do, If there was something going on that needed to be done at a specific time, here it is, jotting it there. And then any kind of notes that I needed to do here, okay? So I'm technically taping this on Friday, December 6th. And there was not a whole lot to do, and I'll tell you why. And my plans got changed a little bit because it is a snow day today. The roads are icy, and so I didn't get to work, and so I had to reschedule patients and whatnot. But that's not a big deal. That's one of the bennies. Didn't really matter because a lot of my patients didn't want to drive on the sleet anyway, and so they ended. Some of them canceled or rescheduled, and I only had to reschedule a few others. But now let me show you guys another thing. So this right here is a reference page, okay? And when I say a reference page, remember those little marks that I put on the edges of the paper? Well, these things correspond to that. See that? And let me just show you guys really quickly. So I know here is my reference page, and what this is this is one of those this is a clear cutting board that my YTS Mary had sent me. She actually used these for her Project Life, and I will link for that video in the description box below for her 3x4 Project Life storage system. But I'm using one of these for my reference page, okay? And on Fish's blog, she actually has how to do this. I did mine's differently, and I'm not the genius of this. Actually, my other sister, my sister, Kanani, who is Studio LTE, she is the one that came up with this version, and I really, really like it. And so I actually took her idea and incorporated it into this DIY fish system. And all this is coordinating washi with the colors that I already know for the people in my household, okay? My oldest son is not on this system because he has his own system. He has his own schedule and calendar. I don't really need to keep track of his stuff like when he was younger. Now, the great thing about this is that if I had to figure out, oh my gosh, what is going on, what is due, okay? If I go look really quickly, if I just go like this with my page, I know automatically, oh, you know what, green, there's a bill here. Let me hurry up and flip to that page so I can see, okay? And this is just a really, what this is just like a key code for me, okay? But I already know it, but I just wanted to show you guys one of the options that Fish shows on how to do this. So I'm really, really liking this, really and truly liking it. And like I said, as I have shown, I have incorporated my spiral decks, my planet stamps, my listed stamps, my color coding system, my bullet system, all in this system, and I just love it. It seems to be a perfect marriage for me right now. I love it so much that I ended up purchasing the entire 2014. The one downside is that it is a lot of printing, a lot of cutting, and a lot of punching holes. But I do believe that it's well worth it. The only other downfall or downside about this is that it tends to be a little bulky because it is in fact a day on 2 pages, okay? And that means that I don't think I can have the entire year in my Filofax. I think I may be only to have like a quarter at a time, which I don't know how I love that. I think I might need to find a Filofax that has bigger rings perhaps so that I can hold more in here, because I really would like an entire year in here. But for the most part, I'm really, really loving this system, and I do hope you guys check it out, and I hope that it made sense to you all. It really didn't make sense to me when I first started, but now it does, because like I said, it's a perfect way of showing the month. And then as you move to the right, it becomes the week and then the day. And it's just really easy to look at. It has so much areas to keep track of things. And there's really no misplacing. I used to find that with my other Filofax inserts, which is a day per page insert, what was frustrating is that I would have post-it notes all over the place, or I had make a different dashboard of post-it notes just because I wanted to keep track of things and didn't have enough space to write down. But this really does have a lot of space to keep track of everything and write notes about everything, as you can tell, and you can be very specific as you like. This is how I have mine, and I'm really just loving it. So I hope you guys check it out, and I will link for fish in the description box below. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I do not mind at all sharing more information. I will be doing a series of videos on DIY fish inserts to tell you a little bit more about what she has to offer and how I did. I printed out my spiral deck, so I'm gonna get a lot of people asking, how did you do that? Is that a stamp? It's not a stamp. Actually just printed it, and I'll show you guys how to do that. I'll show you guys how I cut my pages down, how I printed it, and how I punched it, to alleviate the headache and heartache of trying to figure out this system for yourselves. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.